ma obi biara akwa babiem that the buy and channel yi eso ebusuya wonya subscribe ya mesrew na wa subscribe no like no share video yi eri ama wonya no so enye bi ahwe na bibia etimi akoyi eri ama na ebusuya nsama na chese enam internet no eso no ano ehie pa na nhwehwemu bi na chese NPP amanyoko no aye efa nkrofo na chese omo susu se omo de abansika no afa omo nsase na ebusuya nsamwe na chese ekoso parliament na enu so trendy internet no eso na ebusuya audios ahoro na aba kan yansa na chese omo expose ayene na chese enya sanketo akra na omo chese ayene na etimi mine sika eni ekoko wie ni fie na chese enya sanketo akra na nsem no de bebrebi na mensa umre no yebekọ ni akwakoti emu nkyeremu ye ba de akani na aba be so afin so yebekọ no so no nsem bebregu apon so mensa umre no mema watwen na wetie ni na afi de iwia yahwe de yebe ni na
being taken to their homes, and now there are complaints that they are searching fridges. So that may be an issue. What do you say?
Well, I guess that if these things are done in accordance with law, I really don't have any difficulty with it. And I must state from the very outset that I think that the Fourth Estate ought to be commended for the work that they did in exposing the alleged rot at the National Service Authority, and for the investigations that have been conducted so far by the Attorney General and the state security agencies. I don't think that as public officers, we necessarily ought to shy away from accountability. It is part of the work that we do.
Can you hold on for a second for me? The Member of Parliament for Yaba Kubori constituency, the Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, has issued a statement, and he says that my attention has come to a press conference by Attorney General held on June 13, 2025, and I wish to categorically deny any alleged wrongdoing. That said, it is my fervent belief that once you hold public office, you should at all material times and at whatever cost be ready, willing, and able to account for your stewardship. Therefore, I wish to state that I am ready, willing, and able to account for my stewardship at the National Service Scheme from February 2017 to January 6, 2021. Consequently, I welcome any opportunity to do so, including but not limited to having my day in a court of competent jurisdiction. I therefore urge all well wishers, friends, family, constituents, members of the New Patriotic Party, and the general public to be calm, knowing very well that I have throughout my public life served with diligence and honesty. Signed, Mustafa Yusuf, MP.
Yes, I've seen that statement, and I'm glad that he's come out to put a statement like this out there in the public domain. But like I was saying, I had the privilege of serving in the Akufo-Addo administration. I think it was a government made of good men, well-intentioned, came with a clear objective of serving our country. But I recognize that in every house there are Mensa. And so you may find bad nuts in government. And so if an investigation is conducted and people are found to have misconducted themselves, then they ought to face the music, as it were. For me, this exercise allows you to do two things, right? That people who have actually committed an offense are held accountable, and those who may not be found culpable have the opportunity to clear their name. And so that's why I'm excited that Mustafa has come out to issue a statement. Ultimately, he will have his day in court, and wherever the chips will fall, we know what the rules are.
You're a gentleman. That's a statesmanly comment you have made. Statement you have made right now.
The Attorney General has to establish beyond all reasonable doubt that these offenses have indeed been committed. I've been in government before. I know the kinds of allegations that have been made against my person. In fact, in transactions that bore a semblance to my name, was attributed to my person as being the owner of that transaction. I make reference to Ejapa. This was a transaction that the government of Ghana had undertaken pursuant to an act of parliament, okay, setting up the gold royalties company to do that.
It will take very ignorant
collateralization.
people, very ignorant people to personalize that
they said that,
to you
oh,
because there was no basis to do that. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good when an investigation is conducted and I get the opportunity to respond. So far, I've not been caught. So maybe the government of the day recognizes that some of these things were just propaganda.
And the minister under whom you were deputy in energy,
yes,
Matthew Poku Prempeh,
yes,
he's come public to say he's been attending to
indeed I've been attending
invitations
as
and he's gone through all these processes without any noise.
Yes, I'm personally involved in the matters that he's been investigated on.
Okay,
one of his counsel, and I've attended upon the National Intelligence or Investigations Bureau on many occasions. We were there last Thursday. Since he himself has come out to speak to it, I don't think that it will be out of place for me to confirm that indeed that was the case. And we will go. The
Attorney General has come out to say, yes, he's been doing that, and it's possible that in the end, nothing may be found against him, and he will walk. So when you contrast that with the others, Oforiata, Wuntumi, and the whole party and everybody, Koka,
see,
what is that?
I said something earlier. If you do it in accordance with law, I'm not sure that people would rise up in the manner that they have with respect to Ken Oforiata and Wuntumi. You saw the circumstances under which Wuntumi was arrested. He had actually been invited to the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service. He'd been granted bail, and then on his way home, you undertake a Rambo-style arrest, and
that's a different law enforcement, and they are entitled to arrest him. What's wrong?
That's what I'm saying. That it's the way and manner that you do it that would generate the kind of response that you get from party people.
Yeah, but like you said in Opoku Prempeh's case, they invite him, he goes. They invite him, he goes. But in these people, they have been invitations and the response has not been the best. So they arrest.
I'm not so sure Wuntumi resisted or refused to attend any investigation.
Yeah, they tell us it took a long time.
I'm not so sure. We saw the letters that his lawyers had written, okay? It was made public that they had invited him and he had indicated that he was going to come.
Was there really a Rambo-style arrest?
But it was said in Parliament.
It was there. Like, where's the evidence? That's why I'm asking. Was there a Rambo-style?
Okay.
I mean, sometimes...
And so to that extent...
out there that are not.
Fine. Yeah. Okay. Now, DAs in other jurisdictions holding press conferences, engaging the media with respect to matters that they are investigating or they are prosecuting. As usual, I saw the Donald Trump, we saw the PDD one, and the Epstein ones, and all that. We see it on international media. But the context is important. Okay, these are Donald Trump. I'm not sure the DA engaged the media when the bill of indictment had not been filed. They had actually gone ahead to file a bill of indictment in court and then engage the media to speak about it. But in this case, I'm not so sure that's what is happening. Okay, I think that yesterday's press conference, beyond the substantive issues that were raised in there, was purely political, intended to divert attention from the nurses' strike. Of course, at the time that they programmed, they had no clue that the nurses and midwives were going to call off their strike by the time they finished their press conference. I'm not so sure they would have held it. And why do I say so? The Attorney General held a press conference